What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again for another video. And today, what I wanted to do is further expand on my list that I made in my previous video when I did my top 5 favorite Invincible characters of all time. Now, those are my personal favorite. Now, this idea came from I think it's you, Brandon. Shout out to you, bro. He commented and he told me like, "Hey, man, so I did." Heroes, my top 5 heroes and my top 5 villains. And I was just like, you know what? Let me try to distinguish the list and go into further detail. So, like I said, my first list that I made was just my personal top 5 favorite characters, hero, villain, whatever. You know what I'm saying? CIA operative, like you know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. But in this list, I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite villains. You know what I'm saying? Like just keep it to the dastardly deed side of things. You know what I mean? Now, what I'm gonna do for this list is just start with my least favorite villain, even though all of them have a spot on this list. For I like them. You know what I'm saying, like all in some way. But I'm just gonna go from least to greatest. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's gonna be 5, and let's jump right into it. Now, I didn't preset this list or anything. This is just going straight off the dome, and I would have to say number 5, the Sea Squid. Now I love how I said sea squid, sequid. I think it's sequid. I don't know I think that's how you pronounce it. But I just like how they you know what I'm saying, they kind of remind me a lot of symbiote a little bit, but it's kind of different. For starters, they don't, what I mean, like they don't wrap over your whole body and make a cool ass looking costume, when they control you. But the concept is similar. They're an alien organism and they attach themselves to you, and when they do, they begin to take over. They're kind of like a parasite. They look like little starfish, but they have like little teeth and mouths in the middle, and they attach themselves to you, and then multiple other ones come. They're alien race that have like there's so many of those little tiny things, but they're all part of one nucleus. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all like part of one like thinking and like brain. So whatever one thinks, everything else is thinking it. You know what I'm saying? All they need is a host, some kind of, organism that they can control and take over or whatever. I think the Martians called them solids. You know what I'm saying? Like people that they could take over. Now, when we first see the Sequid, they're actually in prison on the Martian. They're imprisoned on Mars. Invincible kind of meets them or bumps into them, encounters them when he goes to Mars on an escort mission to make sure that the astronauts that were going to Mars are safe. He followed behind them. It was Cecil Stedman's orders, and when they got there, they actually got taken captive by the Martians. So Invincible had to find a way to rescue them and get them out of there. But the Martians were also using the Sequid as like they enslaved them and were using them as like assistants and stuff like that, on their planet. I think that's stupid. I don't know why the hell they didn't just eradicate them, get rid of all, like every trace of it. But the reason why the Martians thought it was safe to use them like that is because they aren't solids. Like Martians have the ability to morph and change their bodies around and stuff like that. So that's like one of the Sequid's main weakness. If you strong as shit, and they can't even like their antennas or whatever can't even penetrate your skin to take you over like Invincible, or if you're a Martian or you just have some kind of shape shifting ability where you can like alter and move your body around, that's another thing that they can't deal with. But anything else, they taking you over. And I like how they story kind of like keeps growing in the background. You see the sequel at one time during that Mars issue, and then they disappear. Then later on, you see them pop up again. You kind of see how they slowly start to become more and more of a threat in the background until they ultimately show up, and then we get that battle. And it's really cool. The sequel actually gives the heroes a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Invincible can't even fight it by itself, really. I mean, I think he can, but it's already fighting a lot of other heroes when he gets there. So it's kind of like a brawl with Guardians of the Globe and Invincible, and the Sequid are just everywhere, flooding the area, just like an ocean of Sequid. So it was pretty awesome, bro. I like the issue. I like the fight. I like the whole threat of the Sequid. And once again, I like how the plot kind of threaded through a lot of issues and kept building up in the background until they ultimately came out for the showdown. So I thought that was cool. So number 5, sequence. All right. Number 4, man, bro. Let me go ahead and throw Dinosaurus on that list. Now, the reason why Dinosaurus isn't higher is because he definitely deserved to be on the list. No joke. But in all, I feel like the thing that make Dinosaur such a great character is his overall thought process and his philosophy. You know, a lot of the stuff that he talks about, his actions too. Don't get me wrong, but even though his fights can be entertaining with Mark, they never ultimately just got to that ultimate hype level to where I was just like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Except for this one moment where it was a fake out that, you know what I'm saying? In retrospect, I get why it happened, but I still hate that it happened because I was just like, bro, like, why? You know what I'm saying? Especially with Robert Kirkman. Like, I really thought that shit happened for a minute, bro. For y'all who read the comic, y'all know what I'm talking about. But the thing about Dinosaurus is, like I said, his overall philosophy, how he thinks, how he talks, that to me is what makes him an amazing character. Also, you know what I'm saying, his mouthpiece so good that he actually affects Mark and makes him start to rethink how he wants to be a hero. And also the moment where Mark ultimately had to make the decision to kill him, you could see how much it really affected him. You know, he didn't really want to do that. You know, Dinosaurus himself asks for it. It's very sad. I like Dinosaurus' story arc and you know, all of his moments with Mark, and really just all his moments in the story are very interesting. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air. There's no other character really like Dinosaurus in the series. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you could say Robot kind of shared similarities with him in a way, but the difference between Dinosaurus and Robot is that Dinosaurus recognized what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? At one point in his life, he recognized he was wrong. He recognized the complex within himself. And, you know, he wanted to do something about it. He was conflicted. You know, you see that. And that was a great character moment for him. That last talk scene that he had with Mark. I remember I read that issue a couple times. I was just like, bro, this issue started out one way, then it ended another way, and then it turned out a completely different way. I'm like, it's so many things that happen in that issue, bro. Like, you start out with them niggas fighting, and then it ends up that you think that Mark's dead, and then it turned out to be a fake out, and then you get this deep ass philosophical conversation, and then after that, bro just asks Mark to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, it's done in such a poignant way where it's not even on screen, bro. So it's, you know what I'm saying? And then bro just walk out. Mark just walk out so quiet. You could see it on his face how he feels about what he just done, and he just sits on the side of the cliff watching the clouds and the mountains. You know where Dinosaurus' base is at. You know, he's just done. And I really like that issue, man. I thought it was real cool. Once again, a breath of fresh air, the character of Dinosaurus, in the world of Invincible. And overall, the way he thought, the way he acted, the way he talked, definitely made him stand out amongst the other villains. I wouldn't even know if I would call him like an official villain. He was kind of half and half, but I still believe he deserved to be on this list just because I want to talk about him more in depth. I definitely will do that in a character breakdown of Dinosaurus. But for right now, number 4, you're on this list, Dinosaurus, man. Did a great job in the series, bro. I'm talking like you're an actual person. But yeah, y'all gonna like him when you see him. Keith David, you need to do his voice, bro. Now, number 3, you already know, man. Number 3, I gotta say, Angstrom Levi. Now, Angstrom Levi, bro. Reason I love this dude is just because of the sheer fact that he's probably the only like official rival maybe of Mark Grayson. Now I'll admit, the reason why he turned into a villain is kind of funny. I always just chalk it up to the fact that he had so many different personalities or so many different thoughts and shit in his head, and it kind of like warped his worldview and made him a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's obvious that shit had a negative effect on him. Also, when the Mahler twins were helping him with the process of getting all of his other dimensional selves knowledge and putting it inside of his own head, Mark came inside of the facility and started attacking the Mahler twins. Now, what I thought was funny about this is that when Mark was fighting the Mahler twins, they did this cool thing where they brought out other Mahler twins from different dimensions. And the 2 Mahler twins that Mark fight, they already pretty strong, even though Mark can clearly handle them. But an army of them looked like Mark was actually struggling, even though he didn't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? He was getting turned up. He was just like, You know what I'm saying? Don't get cocky, bro. I'm just playing with y'all now, nigga. I'm about to beat y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, he still got overpowered because of everything that was being thrown at him with the multiple Mauler twins. And I thought it was crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time you really see the Mauler twins kind of like getting edge on Invincible. But they cool villains too. They literally last like damn near the whole series causing trouble. So you know what I'm saying? They're definitely a recurring. They might be more like fucking menaces, minion, what you call it, nemesis than fucking Angstrom Levi. I tell you the truth, but nah, though, you know when he fighting them Angstrom Levi, what confused me with him is that he tried to take off his helmet during the download of the information from his other dimensional selves. He tried to take off the helmet and stop the process so that he could help Mark. He didn't want the Mauler twins to kill Mark. He like, bro, I want y'all to help me get this knowledge, man, but I don't want y'all to kill a hero right in front of me, bro. I don't want y'all to kill this. I ain't trying to be responsible for that, which was, a cool and interesting character moment. But right when he took the helmet off and everything fucked up and the process ended early and the whole explosion happened and so many people, like all the Mauler twins died from the explosion and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? When that shit happened, bro, I was just like, oh shit. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, damn. The whole place just warped and just was done, bro. But after that, Angstrom Levi, he swore vengeance against Mark Grayson, Invincible. He said he fucked up everything. He messed up the process. When really it's like he don't even remember that he the one that took the helmet off himself. I mean, granted, you know what I'm saying, Mark probably already fucked something up, smashing through wires and shit when he came into the facility and was fighting with the Mauler twins. But the download was still happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the whole process would have finished properly or if it would have eventually broke or what. If the fight kept going on, probably, knowing how Mark be fighting and shit. But, you know what I'm saying? The main point is, bro, Angstrom Levi is the one that took that helmet off and stopped the process. But for some reason, he blamed Mark for why he's the way that he is. And, he holds that grudge against him for the majority of the series. Doing things like just popping up in his house, bro, and attacking his family, attacking his moms, his little brother. Bro, this nigga done straight up ripped off the fucking, oh no, you know what? I mixed him up. I ain't gonna say that. I was about to say he did something that another character did. Oh, I'm glad I caught myself. But, that was still pretty brutal though, if y'all know what I was about to say. But but nah, man, he just straight up pop up in Mark Hood in his house, attack his family. He did the ultimate thing that made like the crossover huge event that happened in Invincible, where all the other comic characters from Image and Top Cow and shit came in and helped him out. Was the Invincible War, when multiple heroes had to come together to fight against multiple versions of Mark Grayson from different dimensions. That whole event started, that whole story arc started with Angstrom Levi. He is the one who actually let loose all those other versions of Mark Grayson onto the world for them to, wipe everything out. He was the one responsible for that. So, Angstrom Levi, he definitely is a guy who was a major threat through the series. He caused a lot of problems for Mark. He was like a roach, man. He just never knew when to stop, never knew when to die. When he did finally die, though, damn. But, Angstrom Levi was definitely an interesting character, and he kept you on your toes through the series because you never knew when he was going to pop up and start some more trouble. You know what I'm saying? I really hope they get a great actor to portray him in the show because he is definitely going to be one that stands out, especially if he's done right, if he's portrayed right. I can see a more maniacal, over-the-top, super villainy type voice for him. You know what I'm saying? He's more like the cartoony villain type, like evil scientist type. But I'm really interested to see that character brought to life. I've always had a special spot in my heart for Angstrom Levi, and all the story arcs that he are involved in just bring fire. So I can't wait to see all that shit brought to life, bro. And let's see, number 2. You already know, man. You already know, bro. You already know, man. So now this will probably vary depending on, you know what I'm saying, who you decide. Like, you know what I'm saying? This might vary depending on who you decide to put first. You know what I'm saying? But let me see, man. I'll probably go ahead and put Thrag. Yeah, I'm gonna put Thrag at number 2. Now, Grand Admiral Thrag, amazing character. He is the leader of the entire Viltrumite Empire. He's the one who kind of leads the charge of the initial Viltrumite War. The guy got so many bodies, bro. Like it's crazy. Like man, like he will kill you in a second, bro. Like he didn't kill three major four. No, I take that back. This dude didn't kill four major characters in the series, bro. Like Thrag, he don't give no fucks, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He them responsible for the death of others. You know what I'm saying? Like Thrag, bro. Like, man, this dude, he is a savage, bro. He is a savage, bro. He gives no fucks at all. Like, not even a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he stays squeezing off heads and impaling niggas with his damn hand and cutting motherfuckers in half and you know what I'm saying, smashing brain marrow and digging out eyes and shit. Like, bro, Thrag is a savage, bro. He from the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. Now I forgot the exact story of like. I know during the purge something happened to where like the main royal bloodline of the Viltrumite Empire got lost in the scuffle, and Thrag just kind of asserted the power after that, and he kind of held that seat for a while. When really you find out later on in the series that Nolan Grayson and Mark Grayson, they actually have the royal bloodline. Now I feel like that storyline kind of got pulled out of nowhere by Robert Kirkman. It wasn't alluded to at all. But I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that big of a deal. I just felt like it kind of just came the fuck out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really see too, you know what I'm saying? You ain't really see too much about the heritage or nothing about the Voltron Empire throughout the whole series. Now out of nowhere, he just bring out some royal blood and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like on some Attack on Titan type shit. You know, like I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? But I just always felt like it needed more development. Hopefully the show will take care of that. But yeah, man, Thrag, he asserts himself to power. He leads the war in the Viltrumite Empire. He loses the war, witnesses their entire planet get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? But he still makes a deal. I thought that was probably like one of his best moments when he actually, you know, like makes kind of like a truce with Mark and Omni-Man until like the Viltrumites find another home. He just straight up tell them like, bro, we gonna stay on Earth. Y'all destroyed our planet. We ain't got nowhere to go, bro. Like we ain't gonna fight y'all for now, bro. But we is gonna stay here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we letting y'all know that right now. You know we gonna be here in secret. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like that. But eventually, of course, you know they end up fighting again, and then again, and then again. And he just doesn't know when to quit. He ends up rebuilding his army, and then they fight against Thrag one more time because he is just not willing to give up. He does not want to give up his empire. He does not want to give up this war. He just does not know when to, you know, quit or adjust. You know what I'm saying? Adapt to new situations. He has to be in charge. He has to be the king, the ruler, and he just won't take no exceptions. And you know that ultimately leads to his downfall. But his character did a lot for the series. He was the arbiter of a lot of bad things, of a lot of fights, and without him, I don't know where the series would be. I don't know what a lot of the conflict and stuff would happen. Say he's the center of most of the conflict. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 1,000,001 fights in Invincible, but like all of the major series shifting ones, like the major most important ones, Thrag is usually always at the center of it. Also, he has an amazing, awesome battle with Battle Beast that I cannot wait to see animated. Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, and we're gonna end this off with that. We're gonna segue into my number one. The number one villain for me in my personal list, the number one villain in Invincible for me, which I know will probably be as a shock to a lot of you. You might not agree. He doesn't have not nearly the same amount of you know what, 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 you know what? I can't believe I didn't think of this. I almost didn't say this because I had him on my first list, but fuck it. I'm going to do this, bro. I think he worth it. I'm going to do this shit. I'm going to do this shit. The person that I was going to put as my number one, I'm not going to put as my number one. I'm going to just throw an extra number on there. I know. I cheated, nigga. 6. You know what I'm saying? I cheated. Right now, I'm going to talk about Conquest, and then I'm going to talk about my number one. So let's just add another number in there, nigga. Conquest number 2. He ain't going to be number one. I almost made him number one, but I almost forgot, bro. I would be wrong if I did that and said he is the number one villain in Invincible. I would be so wrong. You know what I'm saying? So while he may have put Mark Grayson through the toughest physical challenge of his life, gave him the hardest and most brutal beating that he has ever been dealt. You know what I'm saying? Making him watch his loved one die right in front of him, or at least he thought so before he knew that she had the ability to rebuild her molecules. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the timing of the event, the fact that this nigga Conquest literally floated right in front of Invincible and wanted to catch fade with this nigga like minutes after the Invincible War. Like, the chaos is still everywhere, the buildings and everybody, the destruction, the after effect of the war is still everywhere. They are actively cleaning the shit up, the debris, the rubble, the death, the buildings, the chaos. They are actively trying to clean this shit, bro. Like I said, minutes after the invasion. Mark has already experienced probably one of the hardest fights, one of the most brutal defeats of his life. He feels responsible for all of the death and chaos that is around him. Rexplode has sacrificed himself to save the teen team and the fucking Guardians of the Globe and shit. He feels responsible for all of this, and he already angry at beating himself up. And like he says to Conquest, the main thing he wanted to do is just find something and punch it as hard as he could. And out of nowhere, Conquest just floats right in front of him and just says, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like on some God of War shit. You feel me? Like, but it was like, it's just funny. Like, his timing couldn't have been better or worse. Kirkman doesn't give a fuck, bro. I don't know why the hit, like, his timing, like, this was like Attack on Titan. You remember when Rainer, bro, just out of fucking nowhere just decided to let Eren know that he was the armored Titan and Bertholdt was the colossal Titan, bro. That shit remind me of that, bro. It remind me of that, bro. That's like some Kirkman timing type shit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna call that shit, bro. Like some Kirkman timing type shit. Where like you think shit good, you just got done with a damn battle, and then out of no, like, I'm talking about the battle to end all battles. That's like a season finale fight right there, bro. Not the Conquest fight, but the Invincible War. Like, that's a big event, bro. You don't just, you know what I'm saying? You don't just sweep that under the rug, bro. That's some serious shit, bro. Then right after that, Conquest just come up in your face, like, wanting to fade. Like, damn. I still remember how I felt when I first read that. Just amazing. And the fight itself, just so violent, so bloody, so gory, so beautifully drawn, and just that fight right there, that is what Invincible is all about. That is what Invincible is all about right there, bro. That's why I was about to make Conquest #1, because the fight with Conquest really just, it shows you visually, bro, like, what Invincible is all about. Like, why you should love this series, bro. Like, and in my opinion, both fights that he got with Conquest, bro, it just perfectly shows you like everything, bro. You know, not you know what I'm saying, not the talk scenes or the emotional side. I mean, they got all that shit up in there too now. You know what I'm saying? But not from, you know, angles that you could see it that aren't in a damn fight where a nigga is getting brutalized and he's trying to fight for his life. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, all the key elements that mix together that make Invincible what it is in that fight. And that's why I love it so much, man. It's just, oh my God, it's so perfect. Now, I'm not going to go into detail why I want to put this character as my #1 main villain. I already sort of did in my previous video I made right before this one. So I'm not going to go into detail really like that. I'm going to save it until I do my character breakdown video for this character. And like I said, Conquest in the original list a couple of minutes ago, he would have been #1. So for a lot of you guys, you can just really just think of Conquest as like #1, since I already said this character for my previous video. You can take it or leave it. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cheating since I added a number anyway. But #1, my favorite villain in the entire Invincible series is Robot. Just because of his whole entire arc, how he didn't start off as a villain, and what ultimately turned him into a villain. I feel like his story is so amazing. And I really hope they adapted right. You know, they got Zachary Quinto playing Robot in the series. I feel like they couldn't have got a better voice actor to play like a robotic motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a lot of motherfuckers that can sound like robots and shit, bro. But that nigga Zachary Quinto is a robot, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking forward to see how he sounds bringing Robot to life. I can kind of already hear that shit in my ears, bro. But God, bro, Robot is just, man, he is the definition of a character that has layers, and I just can't wait to see what they do with that nigga on screen. Original material, whatever, I'm down for it, just as long as it makes sense and it's accurate to the character. Bro, whatever y'all can do with Robot, just give me all of it. Give me all of it. You know what I'm saying? Give us more time with Conquest too, bro. We ain't get that much time with Conquest. Like, we really didn't. I hope we get more time with Conquest, Thrag, really all the niggas I listed on this, I'm put on this list, bro. But let me know, who is your top 5 favorite villains in the Invincible series? Let's talk about that, man. Put it down in the comments down below. You can also just tell me like characters, like, you know, even if they're not villains, you know what I'm saying? They kind of, well, my subscribers did it for my previous video. Do it for this one as well. Let's talk about it. Let's start a dialogue. I like seeing where y'all heads at, what y'all think about, you know what I'm saying, characters and shit like that. Like, dislike the video, man. Comment and subscribe. And you already know, bro. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. The list, man. Let's go over it one more time before I say goodbye to you all. So number 5, man, we had the Sequid. Number 4, we had Angstrom Levi. Number 3, we had who was number 3, bro? Shit. Who was number 3? I know I said Thrag. I know I said Conquest. I know I said Angstrom Levi. I know I said the Sequid. Man, bro, who did that? I know I said Robot too. It's one more I'm missing, ain't it? Fuck it. I ain't about to sit here and waste hella time just trying to think about it. I already said it on the list earlier. Y'all know. I be smoking and shit, bro. I be forgetting shit. But I gotta get ready for work, y'all. So y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all next time.